Welcome to The New Perspective, a channel dedicated to awakening consciousness. A place to join together with companions in our spiritual journey. Hi, this is Denny. Welcome once again to The New Perspective, a platform where we can all join together in our search for who we really are, in our waking up to our spirit. And first part of The New Perspective is that your spirit having a human experience. So how do we start to get in touch with this? How do we see what it is? What do you mean we're spirit having a human experience? Well, let's look inside the container. Just for a moment, let's hold two levels of reality. On one level, we're totally physical. No denying that. But how about that other level of reality? That unseen world. Let's allow for the fact that two levels of reality can exist. That the spirit world is as active in our lives as the physical world. Now, what I mean by that is there is something within us that's guiding us all the time. Oh, and one of the fastest ways we become aware of what I call the inner being is when we hear that voice that says, that's really not such a good idea. And before you know it, we're saying, oh, to heck with it, I'm going to do it anyway. That's when that great big old bite is taken right out of your butt. That's the first time we listened. But what if we learn to trust and listen without having to have that bite or having had to be hit up the side of the head? What if we start paying attention to which master of our mind is in charge? Just like there's two levels of reality, there are two masters. The mind is split. One master is the master in charge of spirit. That's the master that's in charge when we are in touch with that other level of reality. When things flow smoothly and easily and evenly, oh, what we bring into this world is almost heaven on earth. And then there's that other reality. The one where we're scared, the one where we're having all kinds of trouble, where we're angry, where we're just so frustrated. Yep, that's the ego. The ego is the master that's in charge of fear. So when we're afraid, the ego comes up. The ego says, well, don't you worry, darling, I'm going to handle this. Now you just tell them to go stick it up there, or you just tell them to listen to you because we know the right way. Or the ego says, oh no, that wasn't me. Boo. Ego's defensive. When we're stuck in any of those places, we are choosing to live in fear. Now, there's nothing wrong with making that choice, but it would behoove you to make that choice consciously, not from the unconscious, but consciously. Say, yes, I would rather be angry with you than find peace in my heart. I would rather go through life flipping you off at the stoplight, telling you who's boss. That's my preference. If you do that consciously, no problem. Go for it. It's the unconsciousness that gets us in trouble. So when we're doing that and we're not aware that we're doing that, or we're not aware that there's another choice, then once again, we're living that unconscious life. We've forgotten we're spirit having a human experience. In order to remember that, we slow down. We go, oops, we have to ask for help. Spirit only comes when called. Now, Ron used to say, my husband, who has since passed, he and I did this work together for many years. And he used to say, oh, Spirit, speak through me for my higher good and the higher good of all concerned. What can I say? He was a radio announcer. I have an easier way. I just say help. When I find I am all caught up, help. Helps a prayer, helps an invitation. And then I slow down. And then I listen to my thoughts. And then love begins to come in again. I begin to see the separation. And now I can choose which reality I prefer. I can let go of my ego. I can trace the origin of the pain that triggered it. Or I can continue to stay in that ego, knowing that I prefer to be angry. That's my choice. But I prefer it consciously. So I suggest to all of you that as we wake up together, we become conscious of which reality we prefer. This is one that we're given time and time and time again, every day in so many ways. So if you don't catch it the first time, catch it the second time. Every time you catch yourself caught up, you bring yourself closer to healing. You bring yourself closer to living the life that you will at least know what it is you prefer. So remember, this is an opportunity to recognize that we do have a spirit within, that man is composed of two parts, and we can choose which part we choose to live from. And so, until I see you again, this is Denny from the New Perspective.